good afternoon, and welcome to the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And of course, I am your host, the one and only Captain85. I hope that your day has started off great and end up the same way, being great, and hoping that you're having a great day at work. If you're on your lunch break right now, I'm just going to tap in just for a few minutes, a brief moment to discuss some of the things that you might know and then some of the things that you may not know that I'm working on to um, let people know in the community that WVDM radio is that logo right there. And if you like to, get that logo and if you want to support the WVDM radio on the World Wide Web, you can do that by going to your app store and downloading. This is the URL code for Apple and one for Android. I'll show you each one. So if you got an Apple or Android, you can scan this code and that will get you to be able to join in 24 hours a day. And I'm asking those that are watching this segment to download this and tell your family and friends to do the same, because it's important for us to be able to communicate, in our community, support people that have businesses. You can advertise on this station and get a good rate. And that's one. And like I said, we got one for the Android and one for the Apple. So whichever one that you have, please, take a picture of it, and you'll be able to download that from the App Store just by tapping on the RL. And this one is on that's Google Play. That's in Google Play for all Androids. If you got an Android, you just tap on that, and with your picture, with your camera, now or later when you go back and you're on your iPad or your computer and watching this, then you can click on it, and that'll take you to the Google Play, and this will take you to Google Play. That's for Google Play, and this one is for Apple. This is for Apple. If you got an Apple, you can download this to your Apple phone or any electronic device, and you'll be able to come in and share the music format. We play a large variety of music for the simple reason I want to create an atmosphere of unity. We all can sing and dance and love music when we go out. We got different nationalities. We got friends from different countries and neighbors that you might stay next door to, and you invite them over for an evening, and you want to be able to have a music that they like, and you can learn about their culture by the music that you play, and they can tell you, their artists and what they like about it, as well as telling them about R&B, pop, rock, jazz, hip hop, dirty South, all the gyros of music that our culture created, that they may not be aware of what it means or how to address the things when it comes to music. And if we learn to come together and work together, we can create a positive change in our community. This young man here is now down in Florida. Now he's down in the ATL. He's in the recording studio, and he's about to. He's working on a soundtrack for a movie. I think that's what he told me, that he's working on a soundtrack for a movie. And I just want you to know that his music is great. His name is Sean King, on all music formats. And I want you to check out his music. I'm going to play a little snippet of it so you can get familiar with some of the music that he has out, but I'm only going to play um, this one right here. This one right here, I like myself. This is one of his songs that he's. I'll make sure wanna make sure you good. I'm calling you, you know you've been at work. I'll make sure I hear you. I just wanna make you feel good, you know. I'll make sure I hear you. You know, I just wanna. I'll make sure I hear you. You've been at work all day, and I've been at work too. 'Cause your man just been down your back. When you with me, gotta worry about that. I'm just gonna work it out. I'm clocking up. I can't wait to feel you in my arms. So baby, then I'm hopping in my car, going down. I'll be right there. Hopping in my wheel, baby girl, you know I'm on my way. I'll make sure I hear you, so you know it's just me jacking you, won't be clocking you. I'll make sure I hear you. And that's Sean King, and he's from the 757. And I try to play a lot of local artists to give them attention so that people can support their brand of music. And it's a lot of, you know, he's, like I said, he has positive music. And of course, you know, adults want to play, you know, the hip hop or the rap music with other lyrics in it. But I always try to encourage people. What I do is I purchase your music myself. Can't say ask other people to support you if I'm not supporting you myself. So every song that I play on WVDM, I purchase it as part of my music library, and music that some old school music that I play that I've been playing for over 40 years in the industry, in the clubs in this area. But what I try to do is bring music that revoke memories. You know, when you was in high school, when you was in junior high school, or when you was cleaning up around the house on the Saturdays with your mom or your dad outside raking the yard, and you're listening to music, because that's the music that brings back nostalgia when you was young, and you didn't know what you was, you know, listening to. You may not even know what the words were saying, but it kind of gravitate to you, resonated with you. So as you get older, you begin to want to come familiar with music that you know, grew up with. And like I said, his name is Sean King, and hope that you you know, pick up some of his music in on all platforms. Yeah, I know it's in iTunes because that's where all the music I purchase from there myself. So I always try to, you know, support those that need supporting in the 757 VA, 2 up and 2 down, and the 252. But as we continue to try to remember that this is an election year, and especially in the 757, this is Sabrina Wooten. She's running for the mayoral race candidate. So for all those people that's in Virginia Beach, it's registered voters. And if you haven't registered, please register now. Don't wait till the last minute. And matter of fact, if you got young people, nieces and nephews, sons and daughters, make sure you take them to DMV and get them registered. If they're going to be 18 by November, 18 by November, their vote is precious. Their vote is precious. It's needed in this year's, if we want to make a change, make a statement that we are not going to take it anymore, and you picking our leaders, telling us who we going to follow, and we going to start educating our young people about the leadership in their city, the leadership in their state. And this is what is needed for Virginia Beach. This is Sabrina Wooten, and we need to get her in office to be the first Afro-American woman as mayor of the largest city in Virginia. That's Virginia Beach. And we can do that. And just because she's Afro-American or a Black young lady or woman, you have to understand is she represents all women. Race, creed, or color doesn't matter when the policies in the community affects women as a whole. We have to stop sitting on the sideline waiting for people to make judgment on our lives. I mean, I see this lady out all the time, working in the community, going to different things to support minority business and women businesses. It's not just supporting Afro-American businesses, but also all races, Black, white, Filipino, it doesn't matter, Korean. We have to stop with the labels. The only label that should be on your tongue is they human? Is the person I'm trying to support, the person that I need to support me as a registered voter in the city of Virginia Beach? Are they supporting the causes that affects my life and my family? This is what we have to do. This is what we have to be concerned about, and letting everybody know that we want to represent the thing that's going to affect our future generation. And that's what's important. That's what should always be important and should be represented in the 757, especially Virginia Beach. We are making baby steps. We are making baby steps. But Sabrina Wooten has always been there to try to bring information to everybody, to all women, to all minority businesses. She started the initiative at the Hive down in Virginia Beach, down there in Town Center. If you're a minority business, you can go there and get information on how to run your business, how to get started, how to do business with the city, how to do business with the state. And it's free. And it's free. That's the Hive. Right down there on Independence. So when we thinking that we have all the answers, no person have all the answers. And the 110, the 10-1 voting system, and they're still trying to overturn that. They're still trying to overturn it. But it's because of people like you that went to vote. People of all nationalities said, we don't want that at-large system anymore. But yet they're still spending tax dollars on trying to change something that the government said was illegal, and we're going to go with the 10-1 system. And with that, they give you better leverage to vet all the candidates that you have a voice in whether or not they stay in office. Right now, you got more people running for the mayor's office, and people don't know how they try to split the vote. When somebody's running and they feel like, hey, I can't win, let's just get anybody to run for mayor's office. You got people that just got on city council, throwing their head in the ring, ain't been on city council a year, and talk about now you're going to run for mayor. What kind of foolishness is that? Because when you run, you lose, you off city council. You are no longer going to be on city council. But Sabrina Wooten has been there going on 6 years. But she can win if you get out the vote. You get people in your community to support her because she has your interests in mind, not just mine or hers, but the children, the next generation, the business people that want to open up business in the city of Virginia Beach and do business, young or old. She's there to try to make sure those doors be open to all minorities, man and woman. We have to stop sitting around thinking, hey, my ancestors already died for that. Yeah, but why are we still fighting? The enemy ain't gonna stop. The enemy don't want you to be where you need to be at. To be able to afford a home that you can afford to pay for. Or you're a senior citizen, have senior citizen care and housing that they can afford. Everybody can't afford to stay in Virginia Beach. And let's don't get it twisted. Everybody can afford to stay in Virginia Beach. It's one of the most expensive places to stay in order to get apartments. But you pay for an apartment, if you get your credit right, you got mortgages out there that can get you into a house. What you pay in an apartment, you can afford to buy a house. You can afford to buy a house for what an apartment costs. But you got to work. Nothing is free in this world. Nothing is free. Dying ain't free. Getting sick ain't free. Medical bills can wipe out your life savings. So you got to learn how to eat properly, eat the right foods, cut down on a lot of these fast foods that's causing you to have diabetes, high blood pressure. I'm just having high blood pressure just for trying to get people to understand we have to support people that's going to support us. Sabrina Wooten is the place, is the person to do that. She needs to be mayor of the city of Virginia Beach. Now, I don't work with 2 elected mayors who came to me and asked me, will I throw my support behind them? And I voted for people that was already mayor for 30 years. And then when you go down to city council and ask questions, they tell, people on city council, yeah, we don't need to build a recreation center. We don't need that. The city can't afford it. But due to William Sessoms, when he was running for mayor, he said, if I get elected, if you can support me in getting the community to vote for me, I will do my darnest, the best of my ability to try to get that done. And that's why you have the Williams Farms Recreation Center, because he won the election and he kept his word. And word is what we have to rely on when these politicians are running and asking for our votes. People will talk a good game as long as they can keep you coming back year after year and with no results. I done been down to meetings. I done been down to city council and watched change. But I know without a doubt in my heart that Sabrina Wooten would make an excellent mayor of Virginia Beach. And I hope that you put your time and effort behind electing her and getting the word out in your community and getting the word out that you want to elect her to city council in Virginia Beach. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We have to stop playing the game. But as I continue, soon I will be releasing The Real Adventures of Captain85 coloring book. And I'm asking all those who know me and the things that I'm trying to do to get our young people to put those guns down, stop being mean to one another, because you're on a planet that you can't get off. Only thing these guns are doing is the pipeline to prison. and the pipeline to the cemetery. You want to shoot a gun? Then go join the police department. Protect and serve your community. Protect and serve your next door neighbors, your family. Get the right training and learn that everybody has a choice to do what's right. And it don't take all night. My comic books and coloring books is designed for that purpose. Because gun violence is a real serious, major problem. Gun violence is a mental health problem. Young people are afraid. Oh, they don't want to tell you. Have you asked one? Have you talked to them? Have you even say, hey, how do you feel about gun violence? Do you ever talk to them about that? Do you ever ask them, hey, what can we do to help you in becoming the best person you can be? Have you asked them that? Because if you haven't asked them, how would you know? How would you know that they are afraid if you don't ask? Well, we got to do it, as they say, don't tell, don't ask. They're not going to tell you if you don't ask them. But one thing for sure, you got to be sincere. One thing for sure, you got to let them know that you love them and you need them to do the right thing. And that's what concerns me about getting things done in the 757. What I try to do is persuade people that you should be able to reach back and help people along the way. Help them. Help our young people to know what the right from wrong. Help them to reach the right decision, the right choices, and let them know that I care about you. But most of all, you have to work and care about yourself. You have to work and care about what you want to get done in life. Because there's no rocket scientist stuff. We all fall short of grace. We all have to do better. We all have to come together to find ways to communicate with our young people. We have to do that. We have to get fired up and ready to work to make sure that our young people know that we care. I've been working on this project all my life, even when I was young. And a lot of people are always saying, hey, look, we know this and we know that. And, every time it's just one person, I'm not going to call any names, always want to take credit for trying to say that WRAP is where I got my name from. And that's far from the truth. And I don't feel like arguing with people that don't know, but I can correct them in my own way and own time. My name came out of the scriptures of the Bible. It's out of the scriptures when I created this character. I created this character way back in the 70s. Way back in the 70s. And I was reading the Bible one night when I wasn't working. And the scripture led me to design this character. It had nothing to do with, I don't know what he's talking about. But you ever notice when you do something, everybody wants to take the credit for what you do? If they were so smart, how come they didn't create their own characters or comic book? Don't you know I'm one in the local area? One of many or less than few that's created a comic book character. When I came out and started, creating a comic book and hiring different artists so I can give them, get recognition, so they can get a, make some money. I'm a fine arts painter. I paint people. I paint everything, but I don't really do cartoons. Can I draw you like a cartoon? Yeah, but I don't want to do it. See, the thing is, some things you have to learn is you can be a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But I'd rather be a master of what I do. I created a character. When I first created the character, I created him wearing a cape because that's all I ever saw on television. Superman wore a cape. He was a superhero. So that's how I created him, wearing a cape. I went to New York, up into the theatric theater where the different companies that made costumes and characters, and they said, well, you can do this and you can do that, but this is the cheaper way you're going to get it. Because the way Superman costume was made, that's expensive. In order to get somebody to make it like that, it's going to cost you $50,000. Yes, that S on his chest was $50,000. And that's how it came about. But I try to explain to people when we do our research, we can find out many things. And I kept going back and forth to New York, researching, and my spirit said, you know, Superman is, the look he got is getting old. And I changed the costume to what you see today. Wearing a hoodie, the mask I always wore, but this one was designed a little different. And the shield I had designed. So when people saying I got the idea from WRAP, why don't I have WRAP on my shield? What does it say? It says Captain85. It had nothing to do with the radios, WRAP. It has nothing to do with WRAP because I created it. And when did the call letters of WRAP turn into 885? See, I went to broadcasting school for people that don't understand what WRAP, the AM 850 means. It's the frequency of the radio station, how far they can broadcast in a radius. Because it's AM, they are close, their transmitters are close to swamps and water. So when they turn on that power, it bounces from Virginia all the way up to North Carolina, up to maybe halfway to New York, or on the Maryland or the Eastern Shore area. It's a frequency. So you don't have a frequency on any dial 85. It's 850. So why do people want to take the credit for something they had nothing to do with? But I don't feel like arguing with them because the Bible tells you never argue with a fool. So I don't argue with fools because if you weren't a fool, then why would you make that statement when you know it's not right? In your mind, you want it to be right, but it's not. But I developed this program for the young people. I developed it for the young people. I remember one time I wore it in a club setting, and it didn't set too well with my spirit. And I never wore it again. I never wore it again. Some things are not meant to be in certain places. I'm concerned about the young people. Everybody else is concerned about how much glory they can get. And our young people are dying every single day. and we want to pitch what this and that. But I'm gonna my next show, or when I do it, probably Saturday, I'm gonna put the picture of the T-shirt that I had the privilege when I was in New York going to broadcasting school back in 1989. While I was there, I reached out to the Coca-Cola company, and they blessed me with over 2,500 T-shirts to give away in the community. So when people are trying to take credit, I am licensed. I was able to be licensed to put that trademark with Captain85 on the Coca-Cola T-shirt. They printed it. I didn't print it. They did. I just gave them the logo. At the time, the big thing in our community was drinking and driving and using drugs. That was the biggest cause throughout the United States at the time. So when people are talking and don't know why things come about, that shield represents protecting the future generation. The reason why we're all black is I'm a black person. I'm a melanated person. People used to say that's the ugliest thing they ever seen. And that only come from white people. Some white people. But I've been places that white people will say, you know, your books only have black people in it. I said, because they're real stories. I don't believe in make believe, making up stuff. I believe in the real. That's why our culture is the way it is. You can't tell black people in the community that, hey, Santa Claus come down a chimney and you stay in the projects. Where's the chimney at? How did Santa Claus get in the house and there is no chimney in the projects? Keep it real. That's why our music sells and resonates, not just with black, but with everybody, because they're real stories. That's why when it came to gangster rap, people were getting killed for imitating. Oh, you a gangster, huh? Let's see. And lose your life imitating, make believe stuff. All you gotta do is keep it real. Let people know, hey, I'm not a gangster. I don't know nothing about that. When I went to school, as elementary school, and all the way up to high school, even when I went to New York to work in Harlem, people always protected me. They always protected me. And I don't even know they're strangers. So anybody bother you, let me know. So if I'm at school, they'll be like, hey, they tell their friends, they used to call me little man. Look out for little man, because I ain't weigh but 92 pounds. And I was in middle school. So look out for little man. Don't let nobody bother with it. He's my next door neighbor. And they said, we got him. I never had to worry. And even today, I never had to worry, even when I was in the club. People like, yo, man, you the DJ. Don't be breaking up no fights. You get hurt, we ain't got no party. But like I tell people, what I do, people are not angry with me. They're angry with the person they're angry with. But you have to get their attention and let them know that's not the way to solve a problem. We have to get our young people attention and tell them that's not the way to solve the problem with a gun. Oh, you in a gang and y'all all going to jail or to the cemetery? Where's the person that told you to be in the gang? Where the leader at? Yo, bro, you got about 8, 10 people. Why don't you open up a little store, convenience store? Get your business license. Make some t-shirts. Everybody sell 10 t-shirts. You got 10 people, what is that? $100. 10 times 100 is what? $1,000. And you ain't going to jail. Ain't nobody gonna shoot you over no t-shirt. Ain't nobody gonna take your life trying to sell a book. Ain't nobody gonna take your life if you selling a bag of potato chips and a soda. What part you don't understand? You just gotta have something to sell. Being a hustler, you ain't gotta get out there doing things you're not supposed to doing, because you're going to jail. 20, 30 years. They ain't gonna give you 10. They're gonna let you know you a slave, brother. You a slave. When you walk in that prison, that's the first thing they're gonna tell you. You don't hear it on the street. You don't hear it when you go to the city jail. You don't hear it when you go to a reform school. You hear it when you go to prison. They tell you, in here, you do nothing without our permission. You can't eat, sleep, go to the bathroom. You can't do nothing. You're a slave to the state of Virginia. It ain't no secret. Ask the people that went to prison. Ask the people that made it out after 10, 20, or 30 years. These young people should not be subject to the horrors of the world. You got people that care. This group of people used to come over to WVDM studios with the young lady with the Batman logo on. That's Serena Mann. She runs the daycare center in Portugal. She has an event coming up this week, and on August the 10th. And I'm just hoping that y'all could come out and support her. And like I keep trying to tell people, it's not just about me. It's about what we can do to help one another. We have to learn to come together and ask for help. We have to come together and ask for people to be a part of what we are trying to do. This young lady works diligently in trying to bring effort to changes for young people. She's always reaching out in the community. And I'm just going to play this right quick so you'll know it's this Saturday.
Hello, this is Michael Resnick International.
Hold up, Mike. That ain't what you're supposed to be on now. You don't even supposed to be on there. Where's the, let me see, was I able to get it on? I pressed the wrong thing and I forgot to load it earlier. Let me look again and see. There we go. See if they can add it. If not, I have to, I don't know. Let me do this. Let me take something off. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is we are the one that have to make sure that we can do better. We are the ones that have to do better to get people to understand that we love our community. We love our young people. We need them. We care about them. And we want them to be a part of the future. It's their future, but we got to do better and help them to recognize. And this is what's going on this Saturday, August the 10th, in Portsmouth, Virginia.
You are invited to the biggest back-to-school event possible for the whole 757 on Saturday, August 10th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Brighton AME Zion Church.
From daycare to college students and teachers, for everyone in Hampton Roads, all are welcome at the Family Food, Fun, and Fitness back-to-school event with bounce houses, clothing giveaway, mobile food pantry, jump rope marathon,
live music, haircuts, games, balloon animals, resource fair, fashion show door, prizes, and more.
You don't want to miss this. They need vendors and volunteers, so call today and help them bridge the gap of resources. 757-254-8156. That's 757-254-8156. And watch God work on Saturday, August 10th from 10 to 3 at Brighton AME Zion Church, 1801 Portsmouth Boulevard. Brighton AME Zion Church, 1801 Portsmouth Boulevard.
And let her know that you heard it right here on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show. But like I said before, we are here to try to help educate our young people and let them be aware that we love them and we care. And that's what is, to me, that we have to be able to do to show our young people how much we truly, truly care. And I hope you understand that it's all about love. It's really about love. It's really about educating our future generation. We should not be continuing to see our young people lose their lives, but to help them understand that they need help. You know, we have to raise the bar. We have to do that. It is up to all of us to recognize, to help our young people know. So that's why I'm asking you to support the Real Adventures of Captain85 coloring book campaign. Your church, if you'd like to know more about the program, you can reach out to us, Community Action people, and we'll have all that information coming real soon in the website. You know, it's a program. It's not just a coloring book. This is designed to bring our future generation into effect and let the world know that we love our community. And it's up to us to rein in the problems that face our young people, our future generation. This is real. These are real people. These are people that you may have known. You may have heard about them on the radio. You may have seen them in the community. This is a rendering of my pastor at Fourth Baptist Church in the background. That's Fourth Baptist Church on the cover, the South and Effingham in Portsmouth, Virginia. And that's the Reverend Charles Beeman that I rendered from the pictures that I took and things that I do to bring more realness to the story that our community can, any community that have problems reaching young people, you have to show them that you love them. You have to show them that you care. And this is the reason why I spent most of my life working on this project. And I will continue until I can reach and stop the violence in our community. This is what the book looks like on the inside, you know, and I'm working on, you know, coloring the book myself, you know, some pages so people can see how easy it is with the right materials, the right mediums, you know, crayon, pencils, ink. These are like ink pens. And I tried out a marker, but it on one, oh, I don't know if I had it on the right book, but it kind of leaked through to the other page. But I tried to develop it so that it's stories on each page. And it's not just coloring them. You have to read them to understand what the story is about. Because mental health is a real serious issue. But we have to engage young people where they are in their mind, not just in the community. We marching through the community. But what are we doing to protect their mind, to open up their mind and their heart to let us know what they fear, what they're afraid of, things that they have no control over. But they do have control over their mouth, their ears, their eyes. All they have to do is talk to someone in confidence But young people feel that because they've been afraid that people are going to beat them up, threatening them. A bully only get away from being a bully when nobody knows he's a bully. Your enemy comes in the dark like a thief in the night, spreading fear. But we have to reach out and touch even the bully. Why you think he became a bully? Because he know what it feels like to be bullied. That's why they bully kids and try to make them join gangs. Well, we got your back till you go down to that police station, till you stand before that judge. You might get away with it 1 or 2 times, because they send your file up, brother and sister. They sending your file up. So every time you go down there to that judge, he might let you off with a fine. He might let you off for a community service, because he ain't ready for you yet. When you get to the big times, get over 18, you ready for the big times now, baby. All that little stealing you was stealing, petty theft, grand larceny, gonna catch up with you. Oh yeah, we got you. Driving on suspended license. Oh yeah, we got you. Child support. Oh yeah, you thought it, doing your thing and walking away from your responsibility, they're gonna catch up with you. Then you're gonna be in jail for 20 or 30 years for child support. Don't you know most of the people in jail because of child support? They ain't even drugs. Majority of the people in jail is from child support. Be a man. Or a man take care of his responsibilities. You're gonna get in a game. Talk about you in a game. You got somebody's back. What about a young lady that cared about you, said she loved you, and you left her raising a child by herself? It takes 2 people to bring a child in the world, but it only takes 1 to take a child out. Only takes 1 person, and it's 6 friends or 5 friends. A bullet from a chamber. Take a life. You're in the big times now, baby. You done crossed over. The enemy is real. You're going to live in torment. You walk around, your spirit knows, your heart knows, and your soul knows. You ain't getting around that. When you close your eyes at night, you can't sleep. Somebody saw you. You thought, won't nobody looking. But God was. God was looking. Best thing you can do is stay in school. College is not your game. Get a trade. Get with somebody that know how to show you how to do a business. The city got those programs. Ain't no excuse now. Ain't no excuse. They done made marijuana legal. You ain't 21. You may not be able to stop. But you can save your money to get there. You can do anything you want to in the United States. But you shouldn't lose your life trying to please other people. Trying to get in a game. And then when it's all said and done, they done left you high and dry. Oh, those tennis shoes look good. Them Jordans, didn't they? Who wearing them now? Because you ain't taking them to jail with you. Hey, that car you was driving around looked good, didn't it? You thought you was the joint. But who's driving it now? Or if it hasn't been repo. We got to talk about the real thing. What's real? What our young people face if we don't change. What our young people are going to face because they grew up in a single parent home, or their father was abusive to their mother and she just couldn't take it no more. And our young men and women watch their mother be attacked, hurt, even lose their life because they found out it's hard to be a man. You're nobody's baby anymore. When you become 12, ain't no more baby. Once you turn 12 years old, you're responsible for every little thing you do wrong. See, when you were a baby, it falls on your mom and dad. See, they don't tell you that. Everything you do fell on your mom and dad. Once you turn 12 and 13, you're on your own. Your sins are your sins. Whether or not they tell you or share that information with you, I prefer to share it. This young lady is running to be the president of the United States. Today, she's going to be announcing her running mate for vice president. So please check your local news outlet or Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Somewhere you'll find that information. I'm with her. I'm fired up and ready to work. I'm with her. Who are you with? You register to vote? Don't let them tell you, hey, we don't need no woman president. Don't you know God made woman? How can a man tell you what we don't need? That's why they're trying to destroy women's rights. They're trying to say, this is what you're going to do with your life. This is who you can sleep with or who you can love. I don't have a hell or heaven to put you in. I just know you are human and I'm going to respect your choices as long as it doesn't hurt someone else. And a gun hurts someone else. But you have a right to bear arms. That's in the Constitution. But you don't have a right to shoot anyone and take their lives. That ain't in the Constitution. Know what's in the Constitution, you know. And why is it that only white people can say, I feared for my life? We don't supposed to fear for our lives? Ain't we human? The color of our skin, saying that you're afraid of me? Yeah, I guess you're right. You probably are. That comes from your ancestors. Blame them for that. We ain't did nothing to y'all. 400 years, 800 years. We taught England. We taught it. Read your history. The Moors taught the white man. But now, today, they try to make out that we ain't did nothing. They try to make us murderers and killers. That's why they spend so much money in music. That's why you get all that negative content. But that's your choice, because the enemy is real. The enemy is not going to let you go. But God punished us. The white man didn't punish us. The purple man didn't punish us. The Chinese man didn't punish us. God did, because we disobeyed Moses. It's in your book. All you got to do is pick it up. It's called the Bible. When Moses led the Israelites and the Hebrews out of Egypt from under the Pharaoh's command, and they was out in the wilderness, and he told them not to be making idols, and they made a golden calf, whatever it was, and worship it, fornicating and drinking. strong drink. Who do that represents to you? Who drinks and have a good time and party all the time? We party all the time. How come you can't even recognize who you are when they show you? Who wear gold? We got gold teeth, gold earrings, gold glasses, gold cars. Okay. That ain't you. That's the other people. Don't get it twisted. Everything that you see tells you who you are. But the only person that can't tell you who you are is me. I can't tell you. Like I tell you, read it for yourself. The original Hebrews and Israelites. Read it for yourself. Because the enemy got you hating yourself. When other people bow down and kiss the feet of the black man. I'm not trying to be racist. That's a whole different ball game. God said he loved the world, that he gave his only begotten son so that you and I would have a chance for everlasting life. That's what he said. He didn't say bow down to the president. He didn't say bow down to people. He said bow down and pray in the name of Jesus, his son, who came in this world and died on the cross, where you and I could have a chance for everlasting life. That's what it's all about. Well, I'm going to shut it down now. I hope that you get the vote out. Get the vote out for the President of the United States. Get the vote out and get fired up and be ready to work to put this young lady in the White House. President Harris. Got a nice ring to it. I don't want to mess up her first name, so I'm just going to say Vice President Harris. Soon to be President Harris. Young people, this book is made for you and your future generation. It's coming in a few more weeks. You'll be able to order this. You'll be able to order it. And it's a lot more coming with it. It ain't just a coloring book. Trust me. It's designed to educate you on you. Don't forget to download this sample. Let me see where I put it at. As I get ready to sign off, I gotta relocate. Oh, here you go. This app, this is the app you download. Apple or Android. And this is one for the Apple or Android for your phone, 24 hours a day. We're going to be doing contests and everything for young people. We want to get our young people. WVDM is the station to bring back positive stuff for our future generation. We can do it if we come together. We can change the future from gun violence. We can change it to love, because that's what God made us. He made us because he loved us. He made us in his image. God didn't have a gun. God just had the word. And all you got to do is learn to use your words and speak it in existence, and you will see what God can do. Till the next time we meet, you've been listening to WVDM, the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. We love you and we care. Until the next time. And I got to say to my friend Teresa Riddick, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Gotta go. Bye-bye.